Welcome back to the Goal to Go podcast. It's been a few weeks since we started or had an episode. Um, it's been a very eventful few weeks. I mean, free agency started last Monday. Um, Trades were going on. A big trade happened and then didn't happen. Um, March Madness is starting in what, 3 days, technically? Or do you want to count the first four? So tomorrow. The WBC is going on. Baseball season starts next week. It's a very eventful time in the sports world. Um, so yeah, how you doing?
Good. You just want to get into signings?
Yeah, let's just get into. Actually, let's start with the big news of last week since we missed it, the Max Crosby stuff.
I was just gonna do that when we get
Oh,
into the
cool,
team, but
cool.
all right. Or you want to start with the WBC? Let's start with that actually.
WC, okay.
I think I've watched every game except for one of the USA.
I've watched every bracket game and most pool. What's your opinion on it? The whole thing, like just.
I think it's been good. Yesterday's game was good, low scoring.
It was completely the opposite of what I expected.
Yeah,
If the USA had a chance, they needed to score 6, maybe 7, 8 runs.
yeah. Um, a questionable call to end it, but you see that in baseball all the time.
If you look at it from the side, it's at his kneecaps, which is basically.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with that at all. And yeah, today's Venezuela versus Italy. I think Italy, this is a super surprise run out of there.
It's a good story. Their whole thing. They have an espresso machine in the dugout. Every
Yeah,
time they hit a home run, they take a shot of espresso.
I like Italy. They got two Royals guys, a few former players.
Who are you cheering for? Without thinking of the U.S., who are you cheering for tonight?
Um,
Because
you
you
know,
know,
I was just more looking for a matchup for the U.S. and I've already seen them play Italy.
and we got beat. We got
And
dominated.
yeah, it's not even that. I think I'd rather see them play a different team. So I guess I'm rooting for Venezuela. But I mean, Italy wins. I have no
The only thing with
problem
me
against them.
is
Although,
if Italy wins, I think it's beneficial to the U.S.
yeah, I'm sure they have a better chance to beat Italy than Venezuela.
However, who would start for? Because I think Lorenzen is going to start the championship if Italy makes it again.
Again,
Yeah,
well, I know.
they pushed back his start.
Oh, he's not starting today
Yeah,
anymore.
Nola is now. So
Okay, I know they said Lorenzo was starting yesterday, but
come on. Lorenzen, you see him all the time in the actual MLB, and then you've seen him once in the WBC. I mean, there does not say who's going to start for them,
tonight
or for if
for the
Venezuela
year,
wins, who would start tomorrow.
who's starting for Venezuela tonight?
It's Kiter Montero. Oh God, that could be bad. He's pretty bad. Like he didn't even make the. He was cut by the Tigers when they were really bad. Like that's how bad he is. Um, is that actually who's starting? Yeah, it is. Jeez. But who like objectively? Forget the U.S. because Venezuela has Michael, they have Salvi, Italy has Vinny and Pasquantino, Jack. Who are you objectively cheering for?
Out of those two, or with the U.S.?
Forget the U.S. If this was the final, who would you be cheering for?
Probably Venezuela. I just, I'm a big Salvi guy. That's it. I mean, I like the rest of them. I like Pasquantino, Cags, even Lorenzen, but
This is going to be a very Twitter question, but how do you feel about these celebrations of like a Dominican Republic, the Venezuela? Like, they hit a home run, everyone's running out of the dugout.
oh,
All
I mean, a little extra, but
I mean, that's their culture in baseball down
yeah,
there.
I
I
like
freaking
it.
love it.
Yeah, no problem. What are your thoughts on Cal Raleigh and the teammate situations?
So,
Is that like real?
well, he's done it twice now.
Like, is it actually did what's his name?
Rosarena.
Rosarena actually have a problem with it?
He didn't joke about it after the game. He was pretty serious about it. Now, was it a real problem? Probably not. but I think it's a big nothing.
Yeah, like I mean, I I'm just guessing here. Like if Salvi's catching tomorrow and Witt goes up to bat tomorrow,
I wouldn't tap up the other team in the championship round of the WBC.
yeah. And I mean, I like I said, I don't know if they will, but if they don't, I
I'll
don't have
dap
a
you up
problem with it.
tomorrow. We'll
But
be
if they
back at
do,
Royal.
yeah,
There's
I
also I saw one thing, and I mean this is such a like if they think about this during the game, that's crazy. When you go up to bat, you have a bunch of pine tar on your hands and stuff. The catcher gets that on their hand, throws the ball to the pitcher. You can get the pitcher ejected for using tar.
oh yeah,
Now, is that really going to happen? Probably not, but there's always that argument. Um, but I mean, this I love the WBC every year, and of course, Venezuela the win. What was it, Saturday? Yeah,
yeah,
that was even bigger because they qualify for the Olympics
yeah. I
with
don't
that.
understand how that works.
It's like
Explain that.
so the U.S. has an automatic bid because we host,
Yeah.
and then I think it's the next two best American countries. There's the best one that finishes in this, and Venezuela obviously is last, so they have the best finish for the Americas region.
Okay.
And then there's another tournament that you can qualify with.
Okay.
So that's why Venezuela's
How many teams qualify?
six. It's
Oh,
a 16
six.
tournament, yeah. Which is why this is really
So
the
what, did
Olympics.
Italy qualify?
I mean, I assume.
Because I mean, I'm assuming Japan.
I mean,
Or what teams have? Yeah, what teams have qualified so far? I didn't know this had anything to do with the Olympics, so they said something about it yesterday.
so the Dominican Republic qualified, the U.S. and Venezuela. The remaining spots will be determined through the 2027 WBSC Premier 12 tournament and a final qualifier in 2028.
Hmm.
So Japan's not even qualified.
All right. So, and then when's the next WBC? 29.
I think it's 30. I think it's in 4 years. I think they're doing it now in between.
So we'll have 28.
Yeah.
Another similar. I mean, it's less teams. And
I think this is, in my opinion, this is the. I know it's the Olympics.
yeah, I think this is probably bigger than the
This is
Olympics.
my Olympics for
Just
baseball.
because there's, I mean, there's more teams.
And yeah, when you say there's more teams, there's Brazils and
And
stuff like that.
I mean, I'm guessing that all the good players playing the Olympics.
We have no
Do
idea
they not?
because it'll be in the summer.
Yeah, during the season,
So I've Rob Manfred, that's the commissioner of baseball. He's been like
they have to decide. If
they
to shut the
want
season
they
down.
want the players to play, but they're trying to find the logistics and all that kind of stuff.
So will they shut the season down, or will it just be?
My
like
guess is it'd
spring
be like
training?
All Star break,
All right, that makes sense.
just an extended All Star break. And you'd have to get it
'Cause, I mean, if
done
there's only 6 teams, it's not going to take that.
because what maybe if you do two sides, so pool play would be three teams, and then you just take the two best teams from pool play,
Yeah, that's
or
what,
four best
4
teams,
or 5 teams.
so it'd be a week,
Yeah.
which is about the All Star break anyways. You can still have the All Star game, but just don't
Yeah.
have. I feel like that's the best way to do it. The hardest part would be can you get the players to go because the All Star break's huge
Yeah.
for player rest.
All right. We get into free agency.
Yeah, let's just go team by team. AFC East, the Bills. Some of the key. I have the whole list.
Yeah.
They signed Chubb on a 3-year deal, which that's always good to do. They traded for DJ Moore.
I thought the
And they got Chauncey Gardner Johnson.
I know they gave up the second round pick for DJ Moore, which some people said that was maybe a bit of an overpay. They also got a fit back.
I think it's an overpay, but I mean,
But I agree that like when you just look at DJ Moore for a second, probably an overpay. But when you look at the situation that the Bills are in,
just take your shot, try and get a one.
I mean DJ Moore. I know it didn't end great with the Bears, and we knew he was going to get traded. But I mean, throughout his career, he's been a
20.
yeah, not top elite, but top 15, top 20 receiver.
He's consistent.
And,
He's a consistent guy.
you know, the Bills haven't had that since Diggs. And, I mean, it's no secret they don't have the best weapons in the league. So I think this is a great trade for the Bills. And it sounds like they're keeping Coleman, too. So if you roll in next year with more, I mean, I understand Coleman hasn't been great, but there's got to be some sort of potential there, potentially.
Put him on the outside,
Yeah.
more on the other outside,
And you saw
Shakir in the slot.
If Shakir can get back to his, what was his good year, 23,
24.
24?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then they re-signed Knox, which
That's Josh Allen's guy.
Yeah, Josh Allen's guy. I think they what they the way they I mean they drafted Kincaid in the first, which Kincaid's fine, but seems like Allen just prefers
It
Knox.
is interesting. When you think of Dawson Knox, you think because he wasn't even a free agent,
Yeah, they extend. Yeah,
so it's another 3 years on his deal. So, do you think Kincaid's because he was drafted in what
3.
2023 or 2020? Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, so he'd be up. He was,
He
he's still
their
got.
fifth year's up here. Like did they decide this year?
Yeah,
Do you think he's gone?
I don't know. Like I said, I just think their usage with him is weird. But I mean, yeah, they haven't been great at drafting.
Of course, they had the day. What was it? Sunday or Saturday before free agency, they re-signed McGovern. That was huge
Yeah.
for them with the center market being what it is.
Um,
And then Chubb.
Chubb.
I think this is going to sound a little weird, but the Bills' edge room consistently is like the Titans and Ravens wide receiver room.
Just old,
They get the older guys that older names.
yeah, that aren't great.
Joey Bosa,
They,
Von Miller,
they've showed something at some point. I mean, yeah.
and you might get something out of them. I mean,
Yeah.
they get something, but it's not like
Is Bosa still there? Or is
no.
he
Bosa went to the 49ers.
Okay. Let's see what else. C.J. Gardner Johnson. I mean, that's just a veteran. Get safety. They cut
The other Hyde or is
Hyde
it Poyer?
and I think that,
Because they're not bringing back Hamlin. Hamlin's a free agent.
yeah. So just a veteran. I mean, he's fine. And what re-signed kicker and punter.
Yeah.
Losses for them. I don't think they've had any big ones. I mean, Bosa, whatever. They did lose Trubisky, which he's been there for a while. I wish it showed losses.
I know.
I can't. It's not easy to find losses. I mean, some teams I'll be able to think of obvious ones off the top, but see if you can find some with losses. They lost the guard to the Saints.
Oh
What's his name?
God.
He's he was good. Um, shit. We'll get to him later.
No, I know exactly who you're
Yeah.
Saints. I'm gonna go to the Saints. So
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, once you say his name, but he was
because
good.
the Ravens fans wanted him just to get him
And
as
the
his
Saints paid him.
Yeah. Oh my
God damn it.
David Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards. There you go.
Didn't they have the other? No, I'm thinking way back. Never mind. Forget that.
So they still have Dawkins and obviously re-signed McGovern and Spencer Brown.
They kept their big three, which is
Yeah.
come on.
All right, Dolphins. Really, the only thing they got is
No, it's a big deal. They took the shot on Malik Willis,
yeah, but I think
and it's way less than I thought he
yeah,
would go
that's what
for.
I'm saying. Is like yeah, you get Malik Willis on a 3 years, $67.5 million deal with only $45 million guaranteed. You just don't see QB contracts like this at all. It's either rookie deals or 40, 50 million. I mean, I think I don't know if Malik Willis is going to work out. We'll see, but it's a shot on him for relatively cheap.
And it's not fully. Like, it's not a highly
Yeah.
guaranteed contract.
So I mean, I like this
And
for them.
it's a practical 2 year deal with an option for the third year.
Yeah, I think this is great for him. He's with it. I mean, not defensive coordinator, but the GM and the defensive coordinator are now with the Dolphins. And I mean, in the game that he played with the Packers, he looked great. Um, other than that, though,
Here we go. I found one with key losses.
all right.
Another big one. I mean, big thing, not addition. They cut Tua.
Tua,
They
yeah,
took the big money. Of course, we'll talk about where he went. He went to. Did he officially sign with Atlanta?
yeah, he did. We'll talk about that later, but yeah,
They took the big. I mean, you don't want to do it, but you got rid of the money.
yeah, they're just in rebuild mode. I mean, you cut Tua, you cut Tyreek. Um,
Do you think?
I mean, even back to last year, they traded Phillips. They let Chubb walk.
Do you think Waddle's gone? Do you think you're gonna start dangling him?
From what I've
More and
heard,
more.
is it sounds like Waddle's there to stay now because
That's because he's like what 27, 28?
yeah, I think they want to see Waddle as the true wide receiver one. I've just been hearing that as far as Broncos rumors go because we were in on Waddle at the deadline. They want to get their asking price was high. I think that's probably part of it too. Other than that, though,
Oh, they cut Minka,
yeah,
which
Minka
is,
too.
I mean,
Yeah, I think they're just in a full rebuild mode. I mean, and as long as they're okay with that, because you just brought in the coach, you got to give them a few years.
Hmm.
I I like this for the Dolphins. Everything they've done.
They signed David Ojabo.
Yeah, I seen that.
I hope he does great. He couldn't do anything for us. All right.
Patriots. Um, Vera Tucker.
I really don't like their free agency.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Would you?
I
Would,
like Dobbs and Vera Tucker, but I don't like the other things. I don't like the Draymond Jones contract.
see, I think the Draymond Jones contract is pretty cheap.
Not for three. Not okay. We were rumored to resign him.
For what? Because
Like
it's 14 and a half for the first
we were,
year.
we were rumored for like 9.5 a year. That was his going price.
Yeah, I think he did go for a little bit more.
And I mean, it could go well, but I mean,
They also,
they let
yeah, you got their losses. They lost all their other edge
they let
rushers.
Chase on
Chase
go.
on go. He went to the Panthers, I believe.
They lost Diggs. They cut Diggs. They let Chase on go. They lost Hawkins. They lost
I
Tonga.
didn't realize they got Gilliam from the Bills. That's actually a big loss for the Bills.
Yeah,
He was like heavily involved in their game plan. That's, I mean, he's just. I understand he's just fullback, but stealing him from a division rival, I like
I
that.
just expected a lot more from their free agency.
Yeah, and I know they're still out there on AJ Brown
Yeah,
because they cut Diggs,
Raven
um, Prism.
probably.
Um, I don't know the Dobbs contract. Yeah, I don't know.
You took your shot. You took your shot.
Yeah, yeah. And then Vera Tucker, he was former first round pick. He's been pretty good with.
If you have to say former first round pick,
No, he's good.
yeah, I know.
Not.
I know. I know.
I don't know. He obviously didn't work out. He's not there anymore. But
But it's also the Jets.
yeah. And then Byard. I mean, Byard led the league in picks last year.
It's a Mike Vrabel signing.
Yeah,
It's exactly what it is.
yeah. Even the Draymond Jones thing probably goes. I'm trying to think here.
See on no, he wasn't with them. He was only there for a year.
Where'd he go after the Broncos? Because he hasn't been on the Broncos in a while.
Let me look him up.
Hmm. Or maybe what? I can't remember.
Last year, oh Seahawks.
That's right. Yeah, he was part of the Rush trade. Duh.
Oh, he
Okay.
was.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Seahawks. So he wasn't with Variable ever
He was on the Seahawks for 2 years. Then went to the Titans, and
for the year.
well, we traded for him. He was only there for half a year.
Okay. So yeah, never with Vrabel, but yeah. Uh,
But I mean, Tennessee. I mean, still kind of maybe the same thing.
yeah, I guess.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm glad. Just as a Broncos fan, I'm glad Draymond Jones finally
Got a deal.
got a deal and made a career for himself.
He was good for us. So.
Yeah, and I mean, he wasn't bad for the Broncos. He was part of the Rush trade. I mean, obviously that didn't work out for us, but there was a reason he was a
Yeah.
part of the Rush trade. You know what I mean?
He was kind of a guy for us that maybe he didn't finish the sacks, but he was an energy guy,
Yeah.
and I really like that.
Yeah, I always liked him when he was with the Broncos too. Jets, they've been extremely
This has
active.
been a very interesting offseason.
I love it.
I love it, but then they traded for
think-
Gino.
I don't think they're going to be good.
Then they traded for Gino.
Yeah, which I guess Gino's going to be the starter. I mean, they traded. I didn't expect Fields.
All right, I'll ask
but
you.
They traded Fields today.
Would you rather take on the Geno Smith contract or just keep Fields for another year? I know they got rid of Fields, but what would you have done in their situation?
Before free agency, I probably would have said keep Fields,
Okay.
but after seeing everything they've done, like I said, I don't think they're going to be good per se.
They're going for it though.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying to build a culture. You see that with some of their veteran defensive guys they signed, like Demario Davis, Mika.
They went and got Nashawn Wright.
Yeah, Nashawn Wright.
They got Cisco
a
from the.
ball hawk. Yeah. I mean, they're trying to build up the defense with Aaron Glenn. I think that's the right thing to do. They tagged Brees.
You really got to extend him.
From what I've seen on the Brees thing, is they might be trying to trade him. I'm not for sure on that. Though.
This says, according to Rappaport, they're going to work on an extension.
Yeah. See,
But this is all. Who knows?
yeah, I don't know. Joseph Osai,
We can talk about the Justin Fields trade from this morning.
Yeah,
Would they get back a sixth?
a sixth.
I'm very interested to see the contract. Like, do they are they covering some of the
I
contract?
saw that if they would have cut him, they would have cost him 10 million, which his deal was a 2 year
Hmm.
20.
But are the Chiefs taking on?
By trading him, the Chiefs are taking on 3 mil.
Okay, so the rest is being covered by the Jets.
Yeah,
Okay.
which you just got to do that, I guess.
Well, I was just thinking, like, if you're giving up a
Yeah,
sixth, who knows?
yeah. Um, so I'm guessing Gino will start next year. I mean, I don't see they're not taking a QB with their first round pick. We'll see what they do.
Where
With
did
the
Jermaine Johnson go?
He got traded to the Titans.
Oh yeah,
Sweat.
for Sweat. Yeah, that's right. They lost some guys, I guess. They lost both guards.
Bear Tucker. They lost Jermaine.
Quincy Williams left, which I don't really think that's a big deal. And then they lost Tony Adams, which again,
Yeah, I think they're just.
according to Sporty News, they have the worst offseason.
I don't think I agree with that.
In a vacuum, I understand, but looking at the team from the outside,
Like I said, I don't. This team to me does not look like they're going to be good. But
the team is still focused on their 2 first-round picks next year and
yeah,
giving the rookies a chance this year. It's not
yeah.
like they're going to go for the. But also, if for whatever reason Gino has a comeback year,
Yeah,
we could be looking at a team that wins 6 games.
yeah,
Who knows?
because they got decent guys on offense. Brees, Garrett will be back healthy. I like their tight end, Taylor. I mean, they got some guys, I guess.
I like the another thing they did, like Joseph Osai,
Mm-hmm.
former first-round pick for the Bengals.
Yeah,
He
there's
didn't.
a former first round pick guy.
Yeah.
But
He didn't really pan out for the Bengals, but they signed
Yeah.
him to a 3-year
Uh-huh.
deal. And I mean,
not for too much money.
12 a year.
Yeah,
if he pans out, you got him on a steal. If he doesn't, you cut him.
right.
Big deal.
Yeah, and I like the Demario Davis. I mean, he's old, but he's been good his whole career.
Is he a former Jet? Is that why he went back?
I, I,
The way he talked, it was like a former
I
Jet.
think he might have started there. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I have a picture of him in my mind. Yeah, he
I
did.
think he started there, and then Nashawn Wright, he was great last year.
Taking a shot if you can do it again.
Yeah, 1 year deal.
You can trade him at the deadline.
Yeah, same with a guy like Minka too.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Well,
know.
they extended him. I don't. Yeah.
Former Jet too, right?
No.
No, I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of Jamal Adams.
Yeah, Minka's been with the Dolphins and the Steelers. Because he went Dolphins, Steelers,
Dolphins. Yeah.
and then yeah, Jets.
No, he went somewhere. Didn't he go somewhere else?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. I just think of Minka as a Steeler. Yeah. You're right. Okay.
All right. AFC North,
Yep.
Ravens. Um,
We'll start out with the big deal, the big news.
yeah,
So the Friday right before free agency, they announced they traded for Max Crosby for this year and next year's first. And then what was it? The Sunday? No, it was the Tuesday. They announced the deal was off,
yeah,
and then they signed Hendrickson the Wednesday.
yeah.
How do you? I know how you feel, but I want you to say it on the podcast.
There's just so many questions. I understand he failed his physical. I don't think that should be a shocker. Now, maybe they found some more stuff. Sounds like that's what they're saying. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing for the Ravens that it fell through.
I'll ask you right now: would you, if you had the deal, like if you're the Bengals, would you have traded? Okay, I can't really say that. Would you trade 2 first-round picks and Trey Hendrickson for Max Crosby? I don't think I would.
Probably not. But
But also,
I don't
it
think
was
that's
not like
fully
the.
the situation.
It's not
but
like
I
the
see what you're
Ravens.
saying.
I know.
Yes.
It's not like the Ravens were like, okay, it's one or the other. They were talking to get both.
Yeah. Which,
If they would have gotten both, I mean, oof.
yeah. But yeah, I don't think we need to go into the.
It's not. I mean,
fully
it's
details.
over.
Yeah. And I'm not the biggest fan of trading 2 first-round picks for anybody. I've been clear on that. I didn't necessarily like the Micah trade. The Thunder or the
Sauce.
Broncos did it with Russ Sauce. It doesn't have the greatest hit rate.
when it happened, I was extremely ecstatic, like
Yeah,
that
and
we
I
traded
think
for
that's
him.
fine. But at the same time,
But like in the days following, like oh, we had Max Crosby, but also okay, we have no first round pick next year.
yeah, and I think for the Raiders, I mean, we'll get to them later.
They would
But
have made out like bandits.
I see. I think they made out like bandits with how it worked
I
out.
just I only
I think it would have
disagree.
worked out either way, but I think what they're doing is great.
I only disagree because I don't expect them to be great. They're going to be fine next year, but they're not going to be
Yeah,
contenders. So if you had that first round pick to go along next year,
yeah. But like I said, I think either way would have worked out for them.
yeah.
So and then they get the Ravens end up getting Henderson,
Which when they first signed him, it was a 4 year 112, but now it's
only
like
60 guaranteed,
it came out that he can be cut after the second. It's basically a 2 year contract with team options.
2 year for 60.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah,
Then you bring back Awuzie, get Hawkins from the Patriots, and get Simpson
yeah,
back.
um,
And Durham Smythe, which replaces Charlie Kohler,
yeah.
which is cool.
Walker, and then Huntley.
That's a nothing. Oh, they cut Cooper Rush.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they cut
Okay.
Cooper Rush.
Well, I was just gonna say you got because what did Rush? What deal was he on?
2 year 15.
Yeah. So
Saved a
yeah, you kind
Actually, it didn't save anything. It was more of a roster thing.
you just cut him, so
Yeah.
you're still paying him.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that's a lot of not a ton of money, but
The Ravens' traditional thing to do is, you draft guys, develop, and you lose them. That happens every year. This year, of course, you lose Linderbaum, which is massive.
yeah,
You lose likely. Keaton Mitchell's the third name on here. Aloe Gilman, which isn't that big of a deal. Ricard's a big loss. Kohler's a big loss. But D-Hop's rumored to come back. That's another thing people don't understand. But
yeah.
I think they've had a good offseason so far, but they need to do more to shore up
I
things.
agree. They've had a good offseason given the circumstances, like
What's the circumstances?
losing it, expecting to lose everybody, but you can't deny they got worse.
I disagree.
Now, obviously, they haven't had the draft yet, but I think they got worse. But given the circumstances, it is. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm gonna the last 2 years ago, the year after 2024, right? I'm trying to find what we lost. I'm trying to tell you, like,
No, like
this is normal for us.
yeah, I get that. I mean,
We lost Clowney. We lost Odell, which we lost Zeitler, Rock Yassin, Gus Edwards, Queen, Duvernay, Gordon, Clowney, Geno Stone. I mean, all those got J.K. Dobbins. It's a common thing.
yeah,
Happens every year.
I get that. I'm not saying they will be worse. I mean, I doubt record wise, like I doubt they're worse. I hope not, but I just think when you lose a guy like um,
Linderbaum?
Linderbaum, I understand it. Yet probably got overpaid a bit. I just, I just don't think they got better. Which, I mean, a lot of teams haven't, especially the Broncos.
I saw your fan base is
So
pissed.
the fan base is extremely extra. I'm not worried about the Broncos at all. But
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't get better.
Yeah. All it takes is a good draft and you're fine.
Yeah,
Or you sign a guy in August and he's good.
yeah.
You got better.
We're still out there on AJ Brown. I guess.
Yeah. All right, Bengals.
I've actually really liked
I
Orlando.
haven't. I really haven't.
I mean, Orlando Brown got his extension, whatever.
That's fine.
He's a starter. Good for him. But then you go and take, I'd call them flyers on guys on defense.
Brian Cook and Mafe.
Yeah.
Mafe got overpaid for what his production is. Now he could produce 20 mil a year, but
Yeah, but Mafe was pretty good up until last year, which last year they just had guys
Now-
everywhere.
the other another guy that got overpaid, but he's a name, Jonathan Allen, 13 mil a
Yeah,
year.
that one's interesting. I do like the Brian Cook deal though. That guy's pretty good,
He could be,
and looks like it's a 3-year 40 with
but it looks like a
18
1 year deal that could.
18 in year one. So yeah, you're taking I guess you could call it a 1-year flyer on him, but I mean everybody knows the Bengals' problem is the defense. Now you lose Hendrickson, which was expected. So they're kind of in the same boat. Like both things can be true. You can get worse, but you can also have a good free agency given
Yeah.
the situation. Um, yeah, I like what they've done. They re-signed Reisner. He's started for him.
Got a new
1 year
backup.
deal. Yeah. Um,
All right. Browns.
oh, they signed Josh Johnson.
Yeah. He's good. He's
Yeah.
back. The Browns have had an interesting offseason, and
Yeah,
I
all their
don't know.
linemen.
Yeah. And I don't know how to feel about it. Because, like,
Well,
you get Jenkins, you get Jenkins, you get both Jenkins back.
yeah, both are guards. You also signed Zion Johnson. Who's a guard.
Jenkins can be a center, a line, guard, or tackle.
Yeah,
He can
he's
be anything.
flexible, but
You get Titus Howard, and you extend him. You get Quincy Williams to go by Schlesinger.
um,
But you haven't done anything
for the offense,
with wide
yeah,
receivers,
wide receivers, that's the big one.
which is the big deal.
And I mean, I understand they have Phantom, but they're also going to lose Njoku, which was expected.
You lose Batonio, you lose Teller,
Yeah,
which you replaced him.
The whole offensive line is gone, which is probably a good thing.
You lose Devin Bush, which was
Yeah.
pretty good for them. And that's all the. Yeah, they lost their center, Pochich.
Yeah,
But other than that, Shelby Harris, I don't know how much he played for them.
he started, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I like the Titus Howard trade.
Yeah, they're taking chances. They're just rebuilding the O line, which I guess is what you want to see when you have young QBs. I guess you could say. But yeah, the wide receiver thing, they did not address that at all.
I would even like them to take like a flyer on.
Even if it was somebody cheap, like, I mean, I don't have a guy off the top of my head.
I'm gonna name a guy, and I don't mean him exactly, but like
Yeah.
like a Greg Dortch level.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was trying to think of like, yeah,
I just know Greg Dortch is a free agent. That's
Yeah.
why I was. But like just or like a Jake Bobo, like that's another guy. I just know he's a free agent.
yeah,
A guy that maybe didn't get snaps on another team because he was just behind.
yeah. I mean,
Four.
it can't be much worse than what they got. Jerry Judy at wide receiver one.
You have freaking Malachi Corley running routes for you.
I liked what I seen out of Bond last year, but
Yeah, but you'd like to have
Yeah.
some other guys to.
maybe they do have the 2 first-round picks. Maybe they're gonna take a receiver there. I'd like to see
What
that.
pick do they have this year? The first pick?
They should have what?
Is it like 4?
No, the Titans are at 4, so the Browns are either at 3 or 5.
But you're not going to take Tate there,
Yeah, and then they have the Jags pick, which will be mid.
and then all of the good guys will be gone by then, maybe.
Probably. So yeah, projecting based off what we've seen on Fox.
They have the 24th pick from the Jags and the 6th pick.
6th.
That could be Tate.
Yeah, I want to hate that.
You would reach, but I mean, you.
Ohio State guy.
It's a good reach.
Yeah. I would not hate that at all, actually,
I would.
because I'd expect him to be there.
I mean, Raiders, Mendoza.
The only team I could see potentially taking him is the Titans, but even after the,
I think Titans are taking Love.
that's what I think now. Yeah.
Or they get a. Where do you think?
But here's the thing: if I'm the Browns at the 6th, like clearly they have needs, but like, what else are you gonna take? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the? This is a different player. What the? What is the range for Downs?
I think Downs is anywhere from. I wouldn't even be surprised at 3, all the way down the.
Could he drop to a 20? I'm just not
I don't
thinking
think
of a specific team,
I don't
like
think
20.
he goes to 20. Like, I mean, I think the Chiefs are a fit for him.
The Bengals,
The Bengals. What are the Bengals at? They're
10. They're right behind the
yeah.
Chiefs. Cowboys,
Cowboys. They're lower, right?
12.
12. So I think when you look at team need wise, I don't think he gets past there. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if he does get past there, and I also wouldn't be surprised if he goes,
Top 3.
top 3, 4th, 5th. I don't expect. I'm just saying number wise. Titans don't need him, but I think Downs is. probably
I'm
the best
going to a
player in the
mock draft
class.
right now.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
has Downs going to the Chiefs.
Yeah, when you look at mock drafts, he's kind of all over the place.
Oh, they have us getting the guy I want. Let's go.
Ruben,
Vega.
Vega,
The
lineman.
guard from Penn
Yeah.
State.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
It has Mendoza, Let me know when you disagree with one. Mendoza, Reese,
to the Giants,
yeah, Mau, Francis from Miami
to the
to the
Cardinals.
Cardinals,
Sure.
Jeremiah Love to the Titans, Sonny Styles to the Giants, Fano to the Browns.
Like, see, I don't like that. I mean, Fano's a great player, but
But it would match what they've been doing.
yeah. But at the same time, how many times are you going to do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, David Bailey to the Commanders,
Yeah.
Ruben Bain to the Saints, then Downs to the Chiefs, then this guy I don't like this guy, the LSU corner.
I think he's
I
good.
don't like him.
I think in this draft, it's a little different than past drafts where, like, your top,
I think the top
I'd say your top, like, 10 to 12 players are
are
somewhat set. It's just really the
you don't
order.
know which but like
Like, where we stand now, I don't see some guy jumping up into the top 10 where we stand right now.
I
Maybe
do.
one of the receivers, potentially. But, yeah. Where did it have Tate going?
Carnell Tate going to the Dolphins at 11,
I
which I
think
would
he
not
might be
hate
the
that.
guy. Carnell Tate might have one of the biggest ranges
I think he could be a top 5 pick, but also could drop.
to 20 ish.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyson's going 24th to the Browns.
I've seen he's been falling a little bit lately. I think I actually seen a trade today of the Broncos trading up to get him with who has 19.
Panthers.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Caleb Banks is the guy who broke his foot, right? The D tackle from Florida.
Banks is the fuck no.
Yeah, Caleb Banks,
Yeah.
D lineman from. He's
Yeah.
the guy that broke his
I think
foot.
so. Yeah.
I've seen Bengals fans want him at 10,
Where's he at in that one?
18.
Yeah. I do. I mean, obviously, I expect the Bengals to go defense, but I think if you could get Downs, then you had
I don't want them to get down.
Brian Cook and Downs. I mean that when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl,
They had two good
they had
safeties.
two elite good safeties.
Who were they?
They fell off after they left. One of them did,
Oh, they had Jesse Bates.
and
He didn't fall off.
the other one went to the Panthers. Bell.
Oh, Von Bell.
Yeah. I mean, he's all right,
But he wasn't like he was
yeah.
with the Bengals.
And I'm just when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl,
They had
that
two
was kind of
really good safeties.
yeah, that was their yeah. Defense still was not good, but they did have the two safeties.
All right. We went on a huge tangent. We're on the Steelers.
Steelers. Now this one, I think
What a weird offseason.
I think they've had one of my favorite off seasons. To be honest with
And
you,
it's been a great offseason, but who's playing quarterback?
I think it's Rodgers.
You think?
But yeah, that's the big question. I mean, I didn't expect them to sign a quarterback. They were
Yeah.
somewhat in the Murray rumors.
I've seen other rumors, Mr. AR.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's Steelers fans. Because they say if you sign Rodgers and he falls off, it's a lose-lose. You don't get to see Will Howard because you signed Rodgers. But if you trade for AR, either you get a young QB who's good for a 7th round pick, or if he's bad, you just start Will Howard. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. My
thing is,
but either in that situation, either way, you're not seeing Will Howard until one of them just ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I don't think, but they also said like you don't bench Aaron Rodgers, so you don't see Will Howard at all. Which I do think they would
I
not.
guess I agree with
I
that
don't think
part.
they would bench Aaron.
They would bench AR. You just know. I mean, I'm out on AR.
I know. I heard he might get traded soon.
Like I think the Steelers are still a borderline. I mean, I hate to say it.
9-18.
9-18, 8-19. I think they're still that regardless if it's Aaron Rodgers or Will Howard.
I like the Dowdle signing.
Yeah.
I really like getting Pittman,
Yeah. I think
which is really weird.
the Pittman. I mean, obviously you paid him, but he's worth $20 million.
It's so weird. He was only worth a
And
6.
yeah, you did not give up anything to give. All you did was pay him.
You gave up 16 picks.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was weird for me from the Colts. I understand he wasn't likely going to be back, but I mean
Now Cam Hayward, I don't really like that for the price.
that does seem a little steep. But
He was good last year, but I mean, come on.
yeah,
And then they got another good big thing is Jaquan Brisker. They got him from the Bears.
Jaquan Brisker, one of the best safeties on the market, and then Jamel Dean was one of the best corners on the
Oh
market,
yeah, I didn't see
if
that.
not the best. Which, yeah, their DBs were not great last year, so you go get. I like it.
I still think this team, like you said, 9-8, but I think it's a wild card.
Yeah,
You really don't know anything.
because I mean, also,
They could have a whole new identity, and we have no idea.
I mean, when you just look at the guys they got on offense, that's a physical team. You know, Dowdle, he's huge.
Pittman's huge.
Warren, Pittman, Darnell, they still got
DK.
DK. Yeah, and I mean, one of my biggest gripes about the Steelers last year was it was DK, who wasn't even great last year, and I mean, who else were they rolling out at receiver?
Calvin Austin.
Calvin Austin. Ben
This was
Sterling.
they're given the second best free agency or off season so far to this.
See, I like what they've done. Now they still have the question.
They did have some losses though.
Yeah, they lost.
Suamalo, Gainwell.
That was a big one. The Gainwell, he was good for him, but
I think anybody. I think
he's
Warren could have
replaceable.
done that.
Yeah.
Jabril Peppers. I don't know how much he played.
When you look at Dowdle versus Gainwell, I'm probably taking Dowdle.
Yeah.
But Gainwell was great for them.
Warren can just fill in the
Yeah.
passing. Kyle Duggar
Mm-hmm.
lost Johnu, but
See, my thing is, yeah, they lost these guys, and I think all individually they're good players, but
they replaced him.
they replaced them with people I think are better.
I mean, almost, if not better, they're about the same level. If
Yeah.
not.
I think Dean's been one of the most underrated players throughout his whole career. And then Brisker, he has injury concerns. He was the one that missed all that time with the concussion. But, I mean, when he's played, he's been good. So, I really like what they've done. And, you know, even, I know you have Will Howard sitting there, and I'm expecting them to re-sign Rodgers. If you get to the third, fourth round, and there's a guy there,
Like, who would you want them to get? Carson Beck?
that's a guy. But I mean, that goes against my Will Howard opinion. I mean, then you just kind of have an overload on QBs.
You have two older QBs.
Especially if they, like you said, if they bring back Rodgers, they're probably not going to bench him. So then you have Rodgers for a year, and then next year you go into a QB competition with Will Howard.
And Will Howard's in the last year of his deal.
Right, that's the problem. So if I was running the show personally, I'm probably re-signing Rodgers. Let Will Howard learn for another year, and then I just see what you got after this year with Will Howard. But if he has to play this year, cool. I mean, Will Howard's never going to be an elite quarterback in the NFL, but I think he can be serviceable. All right.
Texans.
I think that David Montgomery trade's great.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't
Not
give
for a fourth. And a lineman.
Yeah, the lineman's terrible.
I have no idea what the lineman is because they don't play him.
Yeah, he's played a few times. He's awful. Yeah, you gave up the fourth.
Okay, here's my thing.
But I think they're kind of in maybe a DJ Moore situation. It's just dire need.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you're that desperate, you're going to overpay a little bit.
You're looking at a team. Okay, you went into the offseason thinking what? You need what?
I mean, we can all say it. They need linemen.
They need linemen. And they didn't do it.
Well, they got Smith. He's good.
That's it.
But that's the thing is we always say they need linemen and they never do anything about it. And it somehow ends up working out.
They initially re-signed Sheldon Rankins, and he failed his physical. He's on the Browns. They signed Reed Blankenship. Completely forgot about that.
Yeah. Which
Sure.
really their only hole on their defense was that second safety spot.
Because they didn't have God, who what's his name? They cut him because he was in jail.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Oh my goodness. But I mean, you get Braden Smith, who's fine, and you bring back Ed Ingram.
The Braden Smith thing, the tackle market, it just seems completely down.
But you just traded a tackle too.
Yeah, but then replace him with probably somebody better for cheap.
You have him. You're
Because I
going to
know
go Braden
the Packers guy resigned. He signed on a 1-year deal.
Jenkins, 2 years, 2-year 20.
No, the tackle.
Elton Jenkins.
No, the good one, Walker.
Oh, Rasheed Walker.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to get a 4-year, 120 million deal, and I think he got a 1-year deal for 20 million. So it seems like the tackle market is just
Hmm.
cheap. Um, they re-signed Trent Brown, so you have Trent Brown and Braden Smith at tackles. Whatever.
You still don't have an interior.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just guessing they look for that in the draft. But yeah, that is what it is. The only complaint I have is David Njoku is still sitting out there, and Dalton Schultz is the Texans starting tight end for
No, there you go.
another year with probably more than what David Njoku is going to get. That's my, but I think that's just a me thing.
You signed extended Daniil Hunter,
Yeah, for a massive deal, and he
which
deserves every penny
yeah,
of
but
it.
holy cow,
Yeah, I mean it's just a 1-year deal, but when you look at it, yeah.
they're in a load of trouble
Well, this
coming
is a
soon.
$30 million signing bonus, and then it was only a 40-year deal,
Okay, fine,
so they're
but
10 million. But yes, they could be in.
they have one other extension coming this offseason for that same position.
Yeah,
Load of trouble on that because they have to pay him. They have Stingley already. They have Petrie paid,
and then you have the Stroud situation sit looming.
and you still don't have a wide receiver other than Nico.
Yeah,
Now the other two, Noel and Higgins, can
Higgins.
prove themselves, but right now you have one receiver.
Yeah, Higgins came on late. Noel, he's still developing. And
Get Tank Dell back though.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
I just like them to get more weapons to surround Stroud because when he was at his best, he had two good wide receivers, and I know Tank Dell was one of them, but he's had two bad injuries now.
yeah.
So, but he had the running back, so who knows?
Oh, and then re-signed Fairbairn, highest paid.
I forgot about that.
For now.
Yeah, until Aubrey gets his deal.
And here's the free agency I probably hate the most: the Colts,
I like one thing they did.
which is
They got Jonathan Owens. I don't like a single thing they did.
no, I hate it.
There's
But at the same, like we talked about it all off season, even during the season last year. They're gonna do it. Everybody knew they were gonna do it.
now I am very happy
The
and
only
surprised they did not give him more than a 2 year.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you have the 44 million a year, but it is only 2 years.
So it's not that bad to get out of if absolutely have to.
Yeah, but that's not even the thing I hate the most. The thing I hate the most.
Alec Pierce. I understand you wanted to bring him back, but that is a lot of money.
Yeah, and he's been the best wide receiver on the team for maybe a year.
And then you got rid of the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know who's the real winner here? Josh Downs.
I guess. I mean,
And then you
and then Pierce said he turned down more money to stay with them, which is even
I'm not surprised.
crazier. I mean, I don't know if
I
it's
knew
true
he was
or
going to get
not,
back.
but yeah.
Then you trade your defensive leader, Zaire Franklin, for nothing.
Yeah, didn't understand that one. Yeah, I haven't liked a single thing they have done.
Was Groupie good last year? No, he wasn't.
I thought he was. Well, Groupie was on the.
Saints. And then he got cut because he was terrible. Then he went to the Colts.
Yeah.
And he wasn't that good. At least they brought him back, right, guys?
But here's the thing: is I understand they were. What was their record? 10-0, whatever it was with Jones, but.
He's also coming off an Achilles tear.
Yeah, even when he was healthy, were we scared of the Colts as a playoff team?
We
I
were
wasn't.
we were one of the only people like saying that they're not frauds. Everyone else was saying they're frauds. So even with them being healthy and being 10-0, they're still not scary.
Yeah, when I was saying they weren't frauds, it was more of like
They'll still make the playoffs.
they'll still make the playoffs.
They'll still do fine.
but not win
And we're
playoff games.
still wrong.
And this was in a year where the Ravens missed it, the Chiefs missed it.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I mean the Bengals obviously
Oh
weren't
my
there.
god.
My thing is if the Bengals are there, they're good.
The Bengals have been there 2 times in Burrow's 6-year career.
Yeah, but when they're there, they're there.
That's great. Make it.
I think that's you see my point there.
I know what you mean.
3 teams that are.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 of them are lock-ins. 1 of them help, but and then I mean, yeah. And this was also when the Texans went to make the second round and they probably shouldn't have. This was I would consider a down year for the Texans. So I think you look at the Colts. Honestly, if Cam Ward develops, I think that you're looking at the fourth best team in the division.
Especially if you trade AR.
Sure.
What a huge loss that would be.
Yeah. So I think you're looking at the third or fourth best team in the division. Yeah. Third tops.
I did not realize. Okay, Jags. I didn't know they did nothing.
They have done. They're on the Broncos strategy.
I like Chris Rodriguez, but I mean, sure. Oh, actually, no. I saw they're on the Ravens' old strategy.
Comp picks.
They want comp pick.
That's so the Broncos lost two guys, and that's what their excuse is. They want the comp picks.
That's how we make our money. We do comp picks,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
For me, though, the Jags,
they lost A-Chan
yeah,
and Devin Lloyd. And
Devin Lloyd's the big one. I don't understand why. I mean, you still got a Luakon, and Devin Lloyd also didn't get that crazy of a contract. I thought he was going to get more, but sure, you want the comp. I mean, I just think when you had a season like the Jags did last year, I would have tried to run that back. And the ETN thing is also interesting just because.
Who?
ETN.
I don't know who that is.
He's still ETN.
A-Chan?
To me. No, A-Chan's on the Dolphins.
I'll ask my girlfriend's mom about that.
Yeah, go for it. He's still ETN in my book. I mean, that's just a guy who's been with Trevor his whole. I mean, they've been together for 8 years. Yeah, I don't like what the Jags did. I mean, it's still a good team, I think, but worse. I just don't like seeing teams who just had some of their best years, the Broncos and the Jags, and I mean, how you can even include the Patriots in there, get worse.
The only one that has a argument to do that is you guys.
Yeah.
Because you got hurt at the last game of your season.
Yeah, but even if, hypothetically, say we win the Super Bowl, everything that went on still goes on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, they signed Chris Rodriguez. That's about it. So I'm guessing what's his name is starting, and then Rodriguez. Tootin starts, and then Rodriguez and the rookie last year split
the other rookie.
What's his name? He's on my fantasy team.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Titans. First news: they got a new logo and jerseys.
Yeah.
How do you like them?
I thought they were fine.
I like them. I think they're pretty clean. I like the new logo.
Based off just looking at looks like they've probably made the most signings.
This has been a great free agency for them.
Yeah, I really like what they did. So they bring in, they're really doing the Patriot strategy, which we talked about this a couple episodes ago, of who could be the Patriots of next year, and they're literally doing the exact same thing. You bring in guys that are familiar with your coaching staff,
and some flyers.
Yeah, you make the trade for Jermaine. I thought they gave up the better player in this deal, but obviously edge is a more valuable position.
And you got John Franklin Myers to replace DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, who's also a solid guy. He was with them in New York.
You get one. I like the Wande Robinson signing.
Yeah,
I really like him.
There's a day ball guy.
Oh yeah,
Trubisky's a day ball guy. I mean, obviously
Bellinger.
Star. Yeah, I mean, literally almost copying what the Patriots did. I'd say the Patriots. I mean, when you look at Milton Williams, he's probably better than any of these guys, but that's kind of irrelevant. Alontae Taylor, that's
a lot
for him.
But it could be.
I didn't think he was great with the Saints. I mean, he's a tackle machine, but ball hawk. I mean, sure, is what it is. But yeah, the John Franklin Myers one. And see, that one's weird to me because I remember when the Broncos played the Titans in week 1 of last year. This was a rumor. John Franklin Myers to the Titans before they had Saleh. So I just, I could have told you 3 months ago that John Franklin Myers was going to the Titans. It was weird. But, yeah, we'll get to him when we talk knows? But just he Franklin Myers was the only guy the Broncos
Hey,
expected
the
to
Broncos are
lose.
next. Just start talking about it.
Oh, all right. Well, let's go through our list of re-signings.
J.K. Dobbins,
Well, let's start off with the important one. Sam
Sam
Ellinger.
Ellinger,
Uh,
Adam
J.K.
Princess.
Dobbins. I thought that was relatively cheap for him. I mean, we all know what J.K. Dobbins is. When he's playing,
He's a great 7 games a year.
he's elite, borderline. When he's not playing, he's not there. Obviously, Jaleel. I figured he would have left just to get a better opportunity, but he didn't.
Singleton,
Singleton. Okay,
Sternad.
I like the Cernad deal. The Singleton deal, I was fully expecting him to be gone, but I also expected him to get a lot more, so it's fine. You'll have Singleton and Cernad at linebacker next year.
Again.
Because, well, yeah, I guess you cut Greenlaw.
He went back to the 49ers, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. The Greenlaw thing, he just didn't work out. He wasn't. It sounded like that was more of a locker room thing and a health thing. He just didn't play much. Whatever. Now, if you listen to Broncos fans on Twitter, they'll tell you we're having the worst free agency possible. To me, I mean, I didn't expect them to go out and sign,
This has you at 24.
and I think that's probably I agree with that, but I don't think that means it's bad. Like the only thing that I think the Broncos could we've been in on everybody, which we were in on ETN, Achan, even Walker, Dobbs, but they all got more than we were willing to pay them. So this just tells me that we're being smart about it now. They did get worse, and you didn't address. I mean, you haven't addressed the biggest need, which is wide receiver. But I don't hate the offseason. The Chiefs,
I don't know.
talk about losses. They've got a lot of them.
Want me to name him?
Well, Brian Cook, Trent McDuffie, and Jesus.
All right. The number one free agency offseason, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Seriously?
Yep. They trade McDuffie.
They trade. What's the other corner's name? I'm blanking on his name.
They lost Jalen Watson.
Watson. There you go.
He signed somewhere. He went to the Rams too, right?
Yeah.
They lose Joshua Williams, another corner.
Corner. Cook.
Brian Cook, gone. Leo Chanel, gone. Jawan Taylor, they cut him. Pacheco, addition by subtraction. Kareem Hunt, he'll be back next year. Marquise Brown.
He's a free agent?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Raven. And the guys they re-signed, I like the Thornton re-signing. He showed flashes. And then you bring back Kelsey for
which
probably his last year.
yeah, I think Thornton's good. I like Kelsey re-signing. I mean, Kelsey was good last
I
year.
assume it's I like Kadir Caho. I don't know how much he got. But
He's starting.
I mean, he'll probably slide in there, yeah.
I like, and then the Kenneth Walker thing. Okay.
That could be great.
Yeah, DJ Moore, David Montgomery.
Kenneth Walker.
Desperation, you're going to overpay. I think that's what they did.
You got a Loie Gilman. How do you feel about that?
I mean, he'll probably start.
Well, how do you feel about that? I watched him for 8 games.
I think he's a
10 games.
average player.
He sucks.
I think, yeah.
He's awful.
Average. I mean, if he start, I don't think he should be starting.
When you watch the Broncos Chiefs game next year, if Marvin Mims catches the ball and Loie Gilman's trying to tackle him, expect 20 more yards or horse collar tackle.
Perfect.
That's all it is.
Horse collars.
Horse collar, face masks. He has 15-yard penalty all over it, or he misses it. He sucks.
But I think when you just look at the losses in that DB room, you lost every starter.
Which I know that's the Chiefs' way.
I agree, but this is also a different Chiefs team. Like,
Yeah.
the guy isn't in waiting like he was when they traded Snead.
Unless they draft now.
Which, yeah, you could draft now, but also when they traded Snead, they had McDuffie, who had already showed flashes. You know what I mean? But I mean, I trust them. I think they can draft a corner and develop him, but that's one guy.
What if they get the LSU guy? How would you feel about that?
I like I said, I'd like that, but that's
I
one
wouldn't.
guy.
I would not like that at all.
Or if they get Downs, like I said,
They have other needs than I know they need corner, but corners typically you can get it in the second, third, fourth.
yeah,
They need a. I don't know.
they need a lot.
Justin Fields might start some games this year.
I do think the red zone package will be fun.
Imagine them. You know the old thing they did where they spun. Imagine
Yeah,
Justin Fields being in there and it's a
I mean,
read
yeah, I
read
think the
option.
red
He can
zone
throw it.
like
Whew.
also Mahomes coming off the injury.
He gives him, I guess, some time to. I mean, less running.
No, yeah, that's what my thing is. I
But
know
here's the thing.
we say teams are going to do this all the time, and they don't. Like we talked about it with Milrow, and even AR didn't. I mean, he was hurt, but AR didn't play much.
If
But
you
these
say, "Oh, it's
packages,
going to save Justin Fields for running packages," if I'm a defense and I see Justin Fields taking the snap, what do you think's going to come?
run,
He's not throwing the damn ball,
yeah,
and if he does, we won the possession.
as long as the other team doesn't get the ball.
The defense wins the possession if Justin Fields throws that ball.
Oh, I thought okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying
that's
the
what I
Chiefs. Yeah, but red zone packages with Fields.
Fields and Mahomes on this field at the same time.
If they do it, yeah, I think it could be fun. But you also need to be trying to win games, not have fun.
They got a Amari DiMarcardo.
Yeah, they just overhauled the. Which DiMarcardo is a fine backup.
Yeah.
Their running backs will be good.
Kareem Hunt will be back, don't you worry.
Yeah, he'll be back in week 8.
Kenneth Walker strained hamstring.
Raiders.
They did the Patriots strategy without bringing guys that they knew.
Yeah, overpaid.
Overpaid Linderbaum, but they got a center.
Yeah.
They got 2 linebackers.
I think they will be a functioning team.
Yes.
Assuming Mendoza isn't.
They could be a 8-win. They could be you can't look past them anymore. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I mean when Denver goes into Vegas to play them, it's not an easy win. I mean,
I don't even think it's a guaranteed win anymore.
it wasn't very easy last year, but it was a guaranteed win. Yeah, it's not anymore. Just when you get these guys like Quiddy Pay, I hate to say it, but former first round pick, although he was never really good.
The Jalen Naylor deal,
I like that one.
it could be great, but also he's never he showed flashes for 2 games.
Yeah, but that was. I really like this deal for Naylor.
It could work out well.
But also, as it stands right now, he looks like your wide receiver 1. Probably not ideal.
Trey Tucker.
But Trey Tucker needs more snaps. That guy's good.
I like the Teron Johnson trade, though.
Yeah.
That was kind of a surprise that the
They
Bills
were
wanted
gonna
to
cut
get rid
him,
of him.
And then, you didn't give up anything. You traded a 7th for,
A 6th. No, you
6th.
got a 7th for a 6th,
Yeah. It's free.
basically. All right.
And Teron Johnson's not bad. He just was a cap casualty.
Yep.
Chargers
All right.
stealing all the Ravens players.
The worst, I'd say this is the bottom 5 free agency.
So,
What did you add that you needed?
nothing. But I've heard,
Lineman.
yeah, the Biotish is a steal. I'm not sure why he got cut. Especially when, what's his name, retired. He was the worst center in the league. I think that's a good pick. But also, I'm not going to sit here and say I watched a whole bunch of Dolphins games, but it sounds like the Mike McDaniel offense is more reliant on fullbacks and tight ends blocking and not the linemen. Which,
That makes sense.
when you look at, they got Ingold and Kohler. And then, yeah, they took flyers on
Keaton Mitchell.
linemen. And then, yeah, Keith Mitchell.
Took a flyer on him. He could be good.
Yeah. Trey Lance resigns.
But
that was a little
here's the
expensive.
guys you lose. You lose Oweh, which, I mean, you didn't give up much to give it. He was good for you.
Yeah, but you didn't give up much, but he was also great.
Zion Johnson, which, Najee Harris, Mekhi Becton, that's fine. Bozeman, that's fine. Keenan Allen, he'll be back. Tony Jefferson, former Raven. They didn't lose much other than Oweh.
Perriman only got a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Was that in the season?
No.
Yeah.
I think it was in that window before free agency.
I just figured he would have got a long term deal.
Joe Horitz does the Ravens strategy of just signing the Ravens. So
Yep.
hasn't worked out for him yet. Let's see if it works out for him this time.
Ravens, Chargers. There's
Giants.
another Giants circle jerk.
The new, because we don't sign anybody from them.
We made a trade with them. But yeah,
We did steal their head coach.
Yeah, see?
But we don't have the Giants. We don't do that with the Giants.
Well, now,
It's not a circle yet.
yeah, no, Harbaugh's involved now, so it is a circle.
Harbaugh tanked last season. He convinced EDC to extend Mark Andrews because he wanted Likely in New York.
He's playing chess.
He started Faalele to tank our season. Who's not on the Giants? Faalele.
He did sign with him.
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
He's the only guy he doesn't bring with him. He was so good, but the Pro Bowler doesn't even have people talking to him.
Yeah, he'll be back on the Ravens.
If he's back on the Ravens, I'll kill myself.
He'll be back.
No fucking way he's back.
4-year, $80 million.
Lamar Jackson might shoot EDC in the streets of Baltimore if that happens.
Hey,
Which, fair. All right.
Cowboys. Javonte, cheap deal for him.
I'm going to say it. This offseason depends on Pickens and Aubrey. And really just Pickens. Do you extend Pickens?
Extension.
What comes out of that situation? If he's playing on the tag, I mean, you could look back and this offseason was a failure.
Yeah, I do like their defensive.
I like Gary.
Rashawn Gary's good. PJ Locke, he just never was a full-time starter with the Broncos, but I believe he will be good. And then Jalen Thompson was really good with the Cardinals. They got him.
I like Kobe Durant. I know he wasn't the best.
Yeah,
But
they're just they have to overhaul the DBs, pretty much the whole defense, and that's kind of what they're doing. And then you get Rashawn Gary. You traded what's his name, Osa Odigizua.
yeah.
And I mean he was good with them. He wasn't going to play anymore, and I believe they got a 3rd-round pick. Great trade.
They haven't re-signed Clowney.
I didn't know he was with them.
Yeah, they traded for him or he signed with him. Dante Fowler. That's it. They haven't lost anybody.
They still got questions at linebacker, but
That's fine.
I'd love to see.
Oh boy.
Wow, so Styles isn't going to fall, but
That's what I was gonna say.
Orvell,
No, he's not gonna
Maybe.
fall. Arvell?
or even if they not okay, I said that wrong. I'd like to see them trade up to get one of the elite defenders, even if that's Downs. I know I just talked about the 2 safeties, but even if that's Downs, they need. Yeah,
All right.
but I think they're doing everything the right way. It just has to work out. And even if this defense is average, that's a Super Bowl contender in my eyes. So,
All right, Giants. Oh boy.
Ricard,
All right, can I just give my thing here?
yeah.
They signed the Ravens backups and Ricard.
Yeah.
I like the likely signing, but I mean, he had a pretty bad year last year.
Yeah,
Ardarius Washington didn't start, coming off of 20 Achilles.
I'm just excited to see Likely
I am
in
too.
a full-time role. I don't know if it'll work out or not, but
For the deal, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
right.
I like the Darnell Mooney signing. What's pissing me off is Harbaugh's doing shit that he would never do with the Baltimore. Motherfucker would never go get Darnell Mooney for Lamar. Just dart.
Well, you got Hopkins and
Different. That's a little different. Odell.
Odell. Maybe it's a front office problem.
Sure.
I do like the Tremaine Edmonds signing.
I did too. I was surprised
I'm not.
I don't know what the deal was, like what his deal was with the Bears, money-wise.
I haven't been too impressed with the Bears offseason.
After last year, I thought they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
And then this year,
but maybe yeah.
who knows? We'll see.
The Bears have yet to give me a reason not to believe in what they're doing, so I'm not going to not believe in it yet. But they have lost a ton of starters on defense.
Losses for the Giants, Wandale, which Russ, Chief. I saw the Chiefs were back on him, but then they traded for Fields. Okereke. Now you replaced him with Edmonds, but why get rid of him? I don't get that.
Yeah, where'd he go?
He isn't signed anywhere.
That's right. Yeah, that was an interesting
He's
cut.
probably just waiting to see who needs a linebacker, and he'll be their guy.
Yeah, that was an interesting cut, but yeah, you
You
replaced
get
him.
Edmonds.
But
All right. Eagles.
I like the Tariq Woolen deal.
What's their GM's name?
Uh,
Howie Roseman.
yeah, Howie.
Howie has an obsession with void years. Tariq Woolen has three void years on his deal.
Yeah, and I don't even quite understand because that's what Goddard had, right?
Yeah, I understand it now. I finally
I
understood.
think I get the point, but like, so they somewhat enter free agency, but not really.
No, they're completely a free agent. You just have have $2 million every year from them on their books.
So it gives you a chance to extend them.
If you extend them, the void years are gone.
Okay. Yeah, they re-signed or extended Jordan Davis. Good extension.
Now, what do you do with Carter?
I've heard rumors, trade rumors on him earlier in the offseason. I haven't heard much on
Yeah.
that lately. And then you lose Blankenship, but you get Tariq Woolen.
I'll take Woolen. I really like Woolen.
Yeah, he just has I think there's some character concerns there, which
That's fine.
he'll fit right
That's
in.
the Eagles.
Yeah, he'll fit right in and he'll probably be fine.
That Eagles defense is all about character issues.
Commanders.
I don't
Resign
get it.
Mariota. Sure. Seems like they
I like getting Rashad White.
well, and they got Ford. And
So-
they still have.
Nope, that's there too.
Well, yeah, but they still have the one dude. Plus-
Shakori Krosky Merritt.
Yeah, who's the other one? He's still there, isn't he?
Oh,
Not McNichols. He went to the.
no, McNichols resigned.
Okay, so
That's who it is.
yeah, so they have 4 running backs there, all of which are not great. And then I've still seen them in the Jeremiah Love rumors.
But they get Nick Cross.
Yeah,
He's a good safety. They get Leo Chanel. He's fine. Owe, 4 years, $25 million a year. Chase on.
I think the edge market. I'm not saying OA is an overpay, but I just think the edge market has been weird. Seems like guys are either getting a shit ton or nothing.
Like Chase on got 1 year, 12.
Yeah,
I thought Chase on was pretty good.
yeah, and then yeah,
They get they extended Tunzel. I thought they already did that.
no, they did that right before. I think
They signed Chig Okonkwo, 3 years up to 30.
I like that.
I like Chig.
Yeah, but they still have
They don't have anybody.
is what's his
Ertz.
is Ertz done?
Ertz is a free agent.
So they just have Sinnott. I mean,
They didn't even get the backup role. It was the other guy.
yeah, Bates.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like Chig actually.
I just like they got younger.
Yeah,
They lost Debo, Von Miller, and Lattimore. And then they lost their center, but they lost the 3 old guys. Which, hey, that's what they had the 3rd best offseason according to this
I don't hate that. I think well,
list.
maybe not third, but I like what they've done.
All right,
Like I think they got better.
Bears.
I think when you look at free agency, you can either determine if a team got better or worse. I don't think that necessarily determines their off season per se. For example, the Ravens got worse, but it wasn't a bad free agency. Just like
I mean, you got your edge.
yeah,
You
and
know?
I talked about with the Broncos, the Bears.
Oh, I'm going to ask this. There's not many times that the winner in March.
Yeah, I
It's very
agree.
good.
I mean, we have off season championship.
I know, like last year, the Seahawks and Patriots had good off seasons.
Yeah,
But that's not typical.
yeah. I mean, the Bears were off season champions for
4
8
years
in a
straight.
row, and I mean,
We were
finally-
off season champs last year.
Yeah, the off season champs are never the champs.
Eagles are off. Oh,
Or
draft.
maybe the Seahawks, but
Eagles are draft champs every year, and then
Yeah. the Bears. This is more losses. You got the losses pulled up.
yeah.
Well, the center is a huge one. Dahlman.
They lose Dahlman, Moore, Edmonds, Byard, Nashawn Wright, Brisker, Gardner Johnson.
About half their starters on defense.
But then you get
There's
Kobe,
stars.
which replaces Brisker. You get N'Kobe, Devin Bush replaces Edmonds. Bradbury, I don't know what he's a guard on this.
Yeah, he'll start at center.
That's what I thought. Cam Lewis replaces Wright. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just Yeah,
They have the 11th best on this site.
that's interesting.
All right.
Lions, they've been pretty quiet. You traded Montgomery. I think that was.
Your Montgomery replacement is Isaiah Pacheco. He'll get you 2 yards
Yeah, I
every now and
do.
then.
I am. I don't know if I want to say excited, but I'm excited to see Pacheco in a role where he's not
The lead back.
the lead back and he shouldn't be playing as much because he's showed flashes and he's good for. I think he's good for a few snaps a game, which
Yeah.
is what he should get.
I don't. I know we talked about Linderbaum. I don't get the center market because the Sunday, McGovern re-signed. It was pretty cheap for what he was expected to get. Cade Mays gets 3 years, 25.
And then
Linderbaum gets
300.
27 mil a year. How does that work?
I think he's far better than everybody else.
But he's not. He's the third best center in the league.
Over who? I think
Humphrey's better.
Ah,
Humphrey, as someone who watches Linderbaum, he is not good in the passing game.
yeah, I don't think Creed's that good in the running game. Or maybe I'm having flipped.
Most centers are worse in the passing game.
Yeah, and then who else do you think's better than Linderbaum? I think it's Linderbaum and
Maybe it's just those
them
two.
two and everybody else. So I think when
But okay, Creed Humphrey is up for a contract soon. Okay, is Linderbaum's contract looked as an outlier?
I'd be shocked if Humphrey gets that much, but I think part of that is also
They have money.
they had money. They're gonna
It's just unfortunate for the Ravens that it happened. I
yeah
think that's how it is.
that's just what it is. So
But I was just curious because I didn't know if that would be an outlier.
yeah
too.
I don't see Humphrey getting 30.
I don't because if you do that, then the whole O line market's changed forever.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. But
Another thing? Do you think franchise tags on O line should be separated by position? Because right now it's just the whole top 5 most paid O line.
no,
I didn't know. Only reason I know that is because we were talking about tagging them.
yeah, which would have been cheaper, right?
It ended up being cheaper, yes, but
So
still like 25.
looking back on it, you guys should have just picked up his 5th year,
Yeah,
but then you could have tagged him next year, right?
yeah. But
I understand why they did
looking
it,
back on it, he would have been paid
but he also wasn't expected to get this much.
He would have been paid 24 mil on the 5th year,
Yeah,
which is
still more than
which is Creed Humphrey had what 18.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sorry to bring it back to the Ravens. I just saw
No,
the
I'm
center
just because I mean, the Ravens could have had him for 2 more years for cheaper than what he signed for. Now, obviously, he probably wouldn't have liked that, but
yeah.
it's just
Okay. Packers.
Packers. They've been quiet.
They got Franklin and they got Hargrave.
Yeah,
so.
I like those two.
Who'd they lose?
Um, well, they cut Jenkins. They traded Gary. Dobbs, obviously.
They have the 31st ranked.
Yeah,
They lost Gary, Willis, Dobbs, Walker,
Willis.
Quay Walker, Rasheed Walker, and Quay Walker.
Yeah, they've lost.
Jenkins, Wilson, Diggs, Hobbs.
Yeah, they
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, they haven't done anything. Vikings, they've been quiet too, but the big news is Kyler. I think the biggest news on Kyler is he signed a contract where he cannot be tagged.
I agree, and it's cheap.
Yeah, nothing. And I mean, I expect him to be the starter.
You have to, right?
I don't think.
I don't think he signs there unless he knows he's going to be
And
a
I
starter.
don't think they would have signed him either if they didn't think he would be the starter.
If Kyler wanted to be a backup, he would have gone to the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. Yeah. Anywhere else.
But they lose Hargrave, Jonathan Allen, 2 pretty old D tackles, Eric Wilson, Harrison Smith, Ryan Kelly, Naylor.
Just old guys and Naylor.
Yeah.
They haven't added anybody.
I like James Pierre,
Yeah. But yeah,
Lamar's cousin.
I think when you look at if you can get
Well, they re-signed Eric Wilson.
Yeah, he was with them.
I know, but my sites say they lost him.
Oh, no. They did. I think he was also on the Jones thing where I thought they both got cut.
I did too. I thought Jones got cut, then I saw he signed with him.
Yeah. Which maybe that he did. But, yeah. But I think even if Kyler's only there for 1 year, which
Hopefully, he rejuvenates his career
yeah, I've always liked Kyler. I think, I mean, there's he's been good, decent.
at times.
Yeah, and he's also been bad. But you go into a offense like this, where I mean they revived guys, Darnold, even Daniel Jones. I know we never played for him, but I mean a lot of his success is credited to that. Um, yeah, Falcons.
Who starts?
I think Tua starts.
Think so?
Yeah,
I think the big news, I think the headline, other than the Tua signing, what do you do with Pitts? I know this is the second time I've used the franchise tag as the headline of the offseason, but I've seen them be rumored to re-sign him, but then I've also seen them rumored to trade him.
I don't know. They're in a weird situation. I don't think it's a very good one.
And next year, is it London up next and then Bijan? London was before Bijan, but is it London
Yeah.
next year? So you're in that period where you're going to have to make decisions,
And you also don't have.
and you don't have a QB. Now, it would be so good for them if they can get to it to play well.
Yeah, and I'd like to see that. I like the Falcons team, but
They never can get that QB down.
I've just not been I've not been a fan of their offseason even. I did like the coaching change. I think Stefanski's an upgrade,
I agree.
but the everything they've done the last 3-4 years has been.
Falcons have the 27th ranked.
I mean,
Offseason.
you signed Kirk. That was a bad signing, and then you look at you drafted Penix the same year. Even if you separate those two, they're both bad. And when
Yeah.
you combine them, it's even worse.
They lose Kirk, Algier,
Now, here's a big
Ebiketie,
loss.
Mooney, Leonard Floyd, Onyemata, Wilkinson, Caden Ellis.
And James Pierce.
Not guaranteed yet.
And you don't have a first round pick.
Oh, that's golly.
So when you combine everything, it's awful.
I like Aziz Ojulari,
Yeah,
but he's kind of a young guy that I don't know what pick he was, but
he was like
if he was drafted, I know he wasn't, but if he was drafted in the first round, he'd be a former first round pick.
he
kinda
might
guy.
have been, or he was early second.
Well, former second round pick Aziz Ojulari.
He might have been a first round pick.
You think on their info on NFL.com they would have where they were drafted. Nope. Has their arms and hand size though. That's annoying. Looks like 4. It's like he was not first because he was
Second.
probably.
I think he was one of the Georgia character concerns.
Then he went to the Eagles.
Guys. Yeah. All right. Panthers. I like what they've done a lot. Phillips. Yeah, it's a hefty deal.
Panthers have the 4th ranked
And
offseason.
then the Lloyd one's big. You get Rasheed Walker. Yeah, 1 year deal worth $10 million, and he was supposed to get a 4-year. Damn near break the market, I think. So the tackle market's just been down.
And your losses, I mean, you lose Cade Mays, but you replaced him, and then you lose Rico Dowdle. That's about it.
Yeah.
I like the. I wish the Browns would have done it for the Browns. John Mechie
Yeah.
taking a flyer.
Yeah.
Did John Mechie play with Bryce Young? Didn't he?
Yeah.
So I mean, they might have some chemistry back in the day.
Pickett.
Sure.
Yeah, he's better than Dalton.
Yeah.
Yes. Saints. I'm not too big of a fan of
It's
that.
a very interesting offseason.
8-chain signing. Seems like they're, especially when you have. I mean,
They
you
have the
still have
9th.
Kamara.
They have the 9th ranked offseason.
I disagree with that. You still have Kamara. You had a Miller who's shown flashes. Hell, even Neal showed a flash in a game or two. So now you have 4 running backs, 2 of which are. I mean, I get Kamara's aging, but top 10, 15 guys ish. I'm not seeing the vision here, really. Saints. What'd you say they were ranked?
9th.
Nah, I disagree. Not a fan. Another offseason I haven't loved is the Bucks.
The Bucks. Buccaneers are ranked 22nd.
Oh, yeah.
You lose Mike Evans, and I'm going to talk about Mike Evans when we get to the 49ers. I hate that. You lose Jamel Dean, Rashad White, Logan Hall, Riley Dixon.
I mean, yeah, you replace Rashad White with Gainwell.
The only guy I really like they got in is Gainwell, and even then, he's gonna be your backup.
Yeah, you didn't get better by getting Gainwell, but I like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You lose Rashad White, but I figured if they lost Rashad White, they'd just let Tucker have it.
but no, let's leave him at 3.
But yeah, I mean, Anzalone's fine. Yeah, they then
Card
Mike Evans, big one. Which
Cardinals.
we'll talk about Mike Evans. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. What are the Cardinals doing?
Who the fuck?
Who's their QB?
So I heard Brissett, but then they went out and signed Minshew, which yeah, Brissett's probably better. Than
I've
Minshew.
heard every QB in the league, every backup is linked to the Cardinals in some way. Tyson Bagent,
Oh boy,
he was like the lead guy for a few weeks. Dalton, he was a guy.
Andy.
Andy,
I heard it's Brissett starting, but then I've also heard rumors on them getting back. Like I've seen a mock trade with the Broncos to get to pick 30 to get Simpson.
how about you just give him a
Stidham.
Stidham?
Yeah, imagine that QB room. Stidham, Minshew, and Brissett.
There you go. Their losses: Kyler, Calais Campbell, which I mean he was pretty good last year. Jonah Williams,
Thompson, he was good. Yeah,
Jalen.
yeah.
Well, on this it just says safety Jalen. So
Okay, yeah, Jalen Thompson.
Dalvin Tomlinson, Michael Carter, Evan Brown. You bring in Algier,
Mercado.
yeah, Bourne.
I did like the Algier signing.
I did
because
too.
they re-signed Connor, didn't they? Or no?
It didn't say this. It doesn't say that. Then you bring Wingard.
Yeah.
I know you're a big Wingard guy.
I like the Siamalu deal. I think that's pretty cheap for him, honestly.
Yeah.
But I just don't see. I don't get the direction,
I mean, we said the same thing about the Seahawks last year, but they also signed a QB.
right?
So I don't really know what they're doing. Unless AR's... Ooh, AR's a Cardinal.
Back with Minshew, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Hell,
Minshew beat us when AR was
wasn't
hurt.
Brissett on the Colts or no? He
Not
was.
when you want when AR
Yeah,
was
no,
there.
yeah, I'm not seeing the direction. Because, okay, hypothetically, say you do get Ty Simpson in the first or even the second. I mean, you still have Minshew and you still have Brissett. I like their offensive weapons, I guess. I mean, Marv is such. I think Marv's like the weirdest player in the NFL.
Now you have Michael Wilson, who...
Michael Wilson and I mean obviously McBride.
Contract year Michael Wilson.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. I don't see the direction for the Cardinals, but okay, because you compared them, or not you, but you compared them to the Seahawks, right?
Well, I just know we said last year that we didn't see the vision.
Yeah, but they.
It's
That's
also
more
completely
because the QB. The Seahawks had a decent team.
And then they traded DK. That was our thing.
Yeah, yeah. So the Seahawks had the decent team with no QB, and then they took a flyer. Kind of sounds weird to say that now that they won the Super Bowl, but you took a flyer on Darnold. I mean, you're taking a flyer on Gardner Minshew. That's a big difference than Darnold.
Except Darnold was a big deal. Minshew was a 1-year
Yeah.
hate.
The Rams,
This is the 6th ranked offseason.
I think they've had the best.
I think this is great. They get McDuffie and
They
Watson.
haven't done much. I mean, they haven't done much, but their biggest problem last year was their
Corners.
DBs. Corners, to be specific, and
You got 2 good ones.
yeah, one elite, one fine one.
You bring back Cam Curl, which I like.
Yeah, now they could go to. They went from having one of the worst secondaries in the league to
Shut down.
it should be one of the best. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. And I mean, yeah, you give up the first round pick, but
That's their whole thing.
that was a free pick, and that's their thing. I mean, not
They
free.
haven't had before. What was it, last year? A couple years ago, they didn't have their first round pick in like a decade.
Yeah, and it works out just fine. I mean, they have the Super Bowl. They're in the NFC Championship every year. I mean,
Yeah.
And also, I thought, have you seen the AJ Brown rumors to the Rams
I've seen Devontae Adams rumors.
leaving?
They're looking to trade him.
Okay, that's what I did. Okay, I didn't see that, but I saw the AJ Brown rumors, and then I also saw.
You'll never guess who checked in on Devontae Adams.
Ravens.
The Baltimore fucking Ravens.
Well, he's a little different than the rest of them. And I think I seen Diggs, but I also didn't see the Devontae rumors.
That was today. That was this morning or last night.
So I guess if you add it all up, it somewhat makes sense. But I mean, fuck. At the time, I thought they would have had Puka, AJ Brown, and Devontae.
What a
Jesus
trio.
Christ. So I guess there's question marks. I don't see any reason to trade for AJ Brown. I mean, he's better than Devontae Adams, but is he
Not in his
really?
role.
Is yeah, right.
Devontae Adams' role was goal line. He was elite.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I don't see any. Yeah,
All right, 49ers.
like
Oh, good.
I'm just the Rams. Obviously, we won't do power rankings for months, but if you look at it today,
They're up there.
just off the top of my head, I don't see a team probably better than them.
It's hard for me to put the Seahawks not at one,
Yeah, I could see that,
but
yeah,
if they're not one, they're 2, 3.
yeah. Niners.
The electric the whatever's next to the practice field, it's looking at Mike Evans and it's licking its lips. That hamstring's cooked.
The Mike Evans thing is interesting to me because it sounds like the Bucks. Sounds like Mike Evans just
Didn't want to be there.
didn't want, but not because of bad blood. He just wanted to change the scenery, which
It's weird because last year he said he's a Buck for life.
yeah, and I think the Bucks. I mean, he's wide receiver 1 here and he's wide receiver 1 there.
One of my things that
Purdy,
I
Russ Baker.
figured was coming was the Brandon Ayuk stuff, and then they said they're not going to cut him because they think they can get a 7th for him.
Yeah, that situation's weird. Like I said when I talked about the Cowboys earlier, they got Osa, who's great. I like this trade for both sides, so that's a good trade for them. Did they sign Bosa? He's not on here.
I think it was yesterday I saw that.
I thought I'd seen the rumor. I didn't know.
Maybe it was a rumor, but I
But,
thought it was
I
done.
mean, big deal.
Right now you lose Juwan Jennings, which you replaced him with Mike Evans.
And he still hasn't signed yet, which is weird.
Brian Robinson Jr. That's about it.
Yeah, this one's in Greenlaw.
You bring back Greenlaw.
But there was also rumors of a Fred Warner trade. At
What?
some point. You haven't seen that?
Why would they do that?
I think they're just in a bad spot.
I think Fred Warner should be the last guy to lose.
And then the
that team.
Trent Williams thing, he was supposed to get cut, but he hasn't.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will. So I'm wondering. I mean,
Trent Williams was probably getting mad about his deal,
it's a
and then he saw the
different,
tackle market and said,
completely different situation and reason to say this compared to like the Cardinals, but I don't get the direction here really.
This could be a Seahawks situation, though. We don't see their direction, and then they're good because they actually have a team.
Yeah, but they have been good is the thing.
I know.
I mean, Mike Evans is an upgrade over Juwan Jennings.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Juwan Jennings is the guy that I want on my team.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm very surprised he's not.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen rumors.
no. Yeah. Seahawks.
You really just some of your guys got the Super Bowl tax, which happens.
Yeah, and when you talk about a team this good, like you talked about with the Ravens earlier,
You lose your guys.
the Chiefs lost guys. I mean, not saying you have to win a Super Bowl, but Ravens, Chiefs, Bills. Who else in the NFC? I don't feel like it happens that much, but you just lose guys.
23rd ranked offseason.
Yeah, that's fair.
You lose Walker, Woolen, Bryant, Mafe.
Yeah,
And you bring back
Shaheed.
Rashid.
My thing on Shaheed though
It's
is
a lot of money.
it's a lot of money. I probably would have rather them gave that to one of the defensive guys, or hell, even Walker.
Hey, I'm going to disagree. They don't need to give it to the defensive guys because Mike McDonald will do that with anybody.
Yeah, but he pretty much got the same deal that Walker got.
Yeah, I would have rather them keep
But
Kenneth Walker.
they must be high on Charbonnet, which he's
Coming off an
makes sense.
ACL, though?
Yeah, because before the ACL, it was well agreed upon that Walker was out,
Here's the problem.
and then you had the injury.
Charbonnet's on his last year of his deal.
Yeah, so it's not been a good free agency from the Seahawks, but
I didn't expect anything less.
yeah.
All right. And that's all 32.
So we've kind of mentioned it, but some of my favorite teams: Rams, Steelers.
I really like the Steelers, the Rams.
Who else did I say I liked? There's been a few.
Did you say the Panthers?
Cowboys, Panthers. Teams I'm not so high on: Saints, Bucks.
I don't know what the Chiefs are doing.
The Chiefs, there, yeah.
The Chargers, they're another team that's like,
Yeah, my only thing with the Chargers is I've just seen videos about this. Apparently, this is the Mike McDaniel way.
yeah. It's also the Joe Horowitz way.
So yeah,
Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah, not a fan of them.
I like New York, the Jets.
Yeah, that's just building the culture. I think. Um, I like not necessarily the whole offseason as a whole for the Bills, but the DJ Moore deal and the Michael Pittman deal, I think, are both great.
For both sides, I think. Well, for more, both sides.
Yeah.
Pittman, not so
The Colts. Oh, the Colts is terrible.
Yeah.
Probably one of the worst. But yeah.
All right, let's talk some March
Where
Madness.
have the Texans ranked on there? Because I've seen some.
I think it was middle of the pack.
I've seen some people say the Texans had the best, and I've seen some people say they've had the worst.
12.
All right.
Right ahead of the Bills.
Really?
Yeah. Bills are 13th.
March Madness.
Let's talk some March Madness.
All right. Are we just filling out a bracket or what?
You want to?
I mean, we can.
Fuck it.
All right, I'll just. Yeah.
I got it up already.
One team. Hold on. Before we start, my really only complaint about the bracket is I think St. John's is seated way too low.
I agree.
I thought they would have been like. I mean, they won the Big East regular and conference championship.
I don't think they won the regular season.
Yeah, they did.
They did?
They've only lost. They've like 20-1 in their last 20.
The thing with me, they're way too low. And I mean that's really it. Yeah.
Other than that, though, like.
But that right there, there's always been like not rumors, but like conspiracies that the bracket's set Friday.
I think that could be. I believe that.
St. John's being there, Florida being a 1 seed.
Yeah.
I think Houston should be the 1 seed. They should flip in that region. Because you know how the seeding works, right? Typically.
It's like one.
The number 1 overall seed gets the weakest evens, and they get the hardest
But then
odds.
I thought when they came out with the full seeding, what you said about KU wasn't right.
Yeah, but I know. But that's typically how it's.
But no, I got you. That is how it works. But
so I think the strongest 1 seed should get the weakest 1 seed should have been Houston, and the strongest 2 seed should have been Florida.
Yeah, Houston went on a pretty crazy run in that Big 12 tournament. Who'd they beat? Iowa State, right?
No, they beat KU. They dominated KU. They didn't really.
Bad. Who'd they beat in the championship? I'm blanking.
They lost to Arizona.
Or lost to Arizona. Yeah.
Arizona's good.
Yeah.
All right. Duke, Siena, and we just.
I'll take Duke.
All right. Ohio State, TCU.
I think this is one of the most exciting.
I think TCU is a very good team. I think they win this by 10.
But here, I agree with you. But Ohio State's also good. Like, I think this is a bad draw, but I'll probably go TCU too.
St. John's, Northern Iowa.
I'll take St. John's.
This is not one of the 12-5s I'm even looking at for an upset.
There's a few other ones, but yeah.
KU, Cal Baptist.
KU.
When we first got Cal Baptist, I was really scared because I knew they had a guy that averages 24. They shoot like the 10th least amount of threes in the nation, so that doesn't scare me.
But it is a home game.
It is a home, but they have like 1,000 more students than Fort Hays State.
Oh boy.
So, Louisville, USF.
This seems to be one of the most.
On my bracket, I have USF.
Yeah, this seems to be one of the most agreed upon.
I don't really like Louisville.
Me neither. In South Florida, I've watched them.
They're hot
times.
too.
They're hot. I watched them yesterday. Beat my team. They're elite on defense.
I like Isaiah Nelson. He's very good.
Obviously, you don't like Giles, but they completely shut him out.
They shot the fucking ball.
Triple team him. He didn't even shoot that much.
2 for 10.
I mean, that's
Pass the damn ball, buddy.
he couldn't.
Pass the ball. He's triple teamed. You could pass the ball.
No, they caused a turnover, and if he did pass the ball, fucking Berg was in there shooting bricks. And,
Fuck Berg.
Jesus Christ. I was on Berg's side all season up until yesterday. That guy sucks.
Michigan State, North Dakota State.
Yeah. South Florida's good.
We going
State.
USF there?
Yeah.
Yeah. UCLA, UCF.
I'll take UCLA.
I agree. UConn Furman, I
I'll take
assume.
UConn.
Florida.
Yeah,
Clemson, Iowa.
I'm taking Iowa.
I am too.
Here's a potential upset 5-12,
Not this.
but I'll probably take Vandy.
I'll take Vandy. Give me Troy.
I'll take Nebraska,
Give me Troy.
but you just fill it out how you want to.
I'll put Nebraska. I feel like that's more likely. I just don't want
Although
Nebraska to
I
be
have
winning.
heard, I mean, yeah.
I'd like to see Nebraska be winless still. So
I think this is a potential upset here.
with no Caleb Wilson,
Yeah,
I'll take VCU.
I'm
VCU has a history of doing this,
yeah.
and they're an 11 seed. That's how they made the Final Four in 11.
This one, I think Illinois is extremely good.
I was really scared as for KU if they got Penn.
I
Ivy League skills are scary.
yeah, and I think Penn is good. I just think it's not an upset pick.
I agree.
Penn is good. It'll be a close game.
This is not an upset to me, but give me Texas A&M. St. Mary sucks.
Yeah, I was thinking A&M too, but
Cool. Houston, Idaho. Houston. All right, let's go back up to the right side. Arizona, LIU. Yeah. All right, Villanova, Utah State.
I'm taking Utah State.
I am too. Wisconsin. This is my upset.
Yeah, I
have High Point here.
exact same thoughts.
Arkansas, Hawaii.
I'll take Arkansas. Hawaii's good, just bad matchup.
In my first bracket I made that I didn't really do much research, Arkansas is my Final Four team out of this region.
I could see it.
They're hot.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I understand Arizona and Gonzaga and Purdue.
No, the other high seeds don't scare me. It's just Arizona.
Yeah, I'm just saying they'll have good players, but nobody like Acuff. I mean,
The only other guy that rivals Acuff is BYU. I'll take BYU here, but
yeah, but I don't see them.
Gonzaga, Kennesaw. Gonzaga's a Sharpie Sweet 16. They always make the Sweet
Yeah,
16.
Give me Gonzaga.
Miami, Missouri.
That's an
Miami.
interesting
Give
one.
me
I think it's a home game though. That's my.
It's a home game for Missouri. It's in St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Uh,
But Missouri's not very good. Miami's
No.
really good. I have Miami.
yeah.
Purdue, Queens, I assume you have. Michigan, UMBC.
I think this is probably the most interesting.
region.
I'm taking Michigan.
Georgia, St. Louis.
I'll take St. Louis.
I agree.
think Georgia's not
All
that good.
Tech, Akron. Give me Akron.
I don't hate it. I mean,
You don't
I'm gonna
have Toppin.
take, yeah, I'm going
That's
to
my
take Tech, but I could see that one being upset. I could see both of these.
I'm going to take Tech just so we have the 5 seed.
That's fine. No, I'll take Akron.
This is another upset now that came out today since Alabama lost their guy to marijuana.
Is he for sure out?
I mean,
It's
he
just a
had a
charge.
lot of marijuana.
But even before that, I seen people picking off.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Alabama. either
I will
way.
too. I like
Yeah.
Alabama. Tennessee playing game. Do you
I'm
think they
taking
beat?
the playing team, whichever one.
You are?
Yeah.
I have
Tennessee.
Tennessee in the Sweet
I
16.
don't think Tennessee's very good at all.
Neither do I, but I don't think either of the playing games are very good.
Which one do they got?
Miami, Ohio, SMU.
Yeah, give me them.
All right, I'll give them that. Virginia, Wright State.
Virginia.
Kentucky, Santa Clara.
Here.
Give me Santa Clara by
I-
20.
I don't hate that one. Santa Clara runs the fuck out of that ball.
What was this? Football? They run the ball?
Fast pace.
Iowa
I
State.
don't think Kentucky's good at all.
I don't think I was surprised they were a 7 seed. They remind me a lot of last year's KU team.
Overseeded.
No, they were a 7 seed and they're sleepwalking into the tournament. They have no momentum.
Yeah. And I'll take Iowa State here.
Yeah. All right. Duke, TCU.
I'll take Duke.
Duke.
Although that's a
Great
Duke
second
got,
down game.
Duke
Yeah.
got fucked no matter who.
They have a
wins.
really hard.
Duke got
path.
fucked just overall in general.
St. John's, Kansas. Give me St. John's.
Yeah.
That could be a blowout. That could be bad. But
Yeah.
St. John's offense is bad. Like, it's not very good.
Yeah, and I mean, it's common sense, but you just don't know what you're getting with KU ever.
Yeah. I mean, Peterson can go off for 20 or he could not.
Yeah.
And Melvin Council could be ass.
That Houston game was
That was weird.
yeah.
I'm really glad I could not watch that.
And I just a team going into the tournament like that. I mean, obviously they'll have the first game, but
USF, Michigan State.
I'll take Michigan State in that one.
I agree. UCLA, UConn.
I'll take UCLA.
Really?
I'm not a UConn guy.
Neither am I. The loser of this game, the head coach, is going to be an asshole in the press conference
Oh
after.
yeah, I'll take UCLA.
I agree. I don't like
I think UCLA's good. They won
as long
big
as they
games.
have their scorer back, because he got hurt.
I think they said he'll be back.
Yeah. But healthy. Is he coming back?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll take UCLA though.
Florida, Iowa. Give me Florida.
Florida.
Vandy, Nebraska. Give me Vandy. Vandy is hot.
See, but I think I picked McNeese.
No, you said Vandy. You were
Oh,
like,
I
it could be a
did.
12-5 upset, but you said you take Vandy.
God damn it, I hate that. One of these games is a guaranteed upset.
I
First
agree.
round. I just don't know which one.
Do you have Florida coming to the Elite Eight regardless? Most likely.
Yeah,
So it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
VCU, Illinois.
I'll take Illinois.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah,
VCU makes the Elite Eight, though.
But yeah,
A&M, Houston.
Houston.
Houston's so good. I'm going to stay on this side. Duke, St. John's.
Yeah, just finish this.
This is...
I'm just like, dude, Duke got fucked. I think they win.
I'm so high on St. John's, but I was so high on St. John's last year.
Yeah, Duke is just.
I got to give it to Duke.
Yeah, they're on another level, but
I think we get a Final Four rematch of last year.
Duke and
Houston.
Houston.
I think that
was a heartbreaker.
was a great game. Michigan for you. Oh, didn't you and Liam have money on that?
Yeah, and then we doubled down.
Oh, because they were up like 10,
Yeah.
and they blew. Oh, Michigan State, UCLA.
I'll take UCLA.
I agree. Florida, Vandy, Florida. Houston, Illinois. I'm a big Houston guy. Huge.
I like Houston too. The only thing with Illinois is they got the one guy who can go off for 40, and that scares me. But I mean, Houston does too. I'll take Houston.
Duke, UCLA.
I'll take Duke. That's probably their easiest game.
Houston,
Crazy
Florida.
to say, but I mean, obviously, other than Siena, Houston, Florida.
Give me
I'll take
Houston.
Houston.
I agree. Duke, Houston. I think Duke gets their
I'll take
revenge.
Duke. I mean, I think I'm going to pick Duke to win it all.
I think that's who I have in my first bracket. Arizona State, Arizona. Or sorry, Arizona, Utah State.
I'll take Arizona, but
It will be a close one.
yeah, I'm not.
I'm high on Arizona,
I'm not
but
that
I also
high on
they
them.
could also go out.
I think they're elite, but yeah, they scare me.
High Point, Arkansas.
I'll take Arkansas.
I agree. BYU, Gonzaga. Do we even need to talk about it? Gonzaga. Well, Gonzaga's Sweet 16 bound. Miami, Purdue.
I'll take Purdue.
Gee, are you high on Purdue?
Not really, but I'm not high on Miami.
Okay. Michigan, St. Louis.
God damn it, Gonzaga versus Purdue again. I feel like we see that every single year. Who?
Michigan, St. Louis.
I'll take Michigan.
Yeah. Akron, Alabama. Give me Bama, but I don't think they knew much after.
Yeah. So we got Bama, Michigan.
Miami, Ohio /SMU versus Virginia.
Give me that one. SMU
Really?
or Miami.
Do you think that those two are
Yeah, SMU's good.
Santa Clara, Iowa State?
Iowa State.
They could be a Final Four team.
They're
Michigan, and they didn't win the Big 12 tournament, which means that's
good.
their championship. So, Michigan, Alabama, Michigan,
Yeah,
Iowa State playing game,
Iowa State.
Iowa State, Arizona, Arkansas. Give me Arkansas.
Give me Arkansas.
Give me Arkansas.
I'm so high on them.
It's going to come back to bite me picking them go deep, and they're losing to Hawaii in the first round. Gonzaga, Purdue. Give me, oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not high on either of these teams.
Me neither, but I think they both get good first round.
First two games.
Yeah, they both have. Give me Purdue. I guess.
Arkansas with a K. Arkansas, Purdue.
Arkansas.
I'm the biggest Arkansas fan.
I'll take Arkansas over Purdue by 30.
Michigan, Iowa State.
Mm. Give me Iowa State.
Arkansas, Iowa State.
This is for the Natty.
This is the Final Four game, yeah.
Arkansas, Iowa State.
Give me Arkansas
You know what I want to see? Arkansas versus Houston.
in the championship.
That could only be the championship, though. I'll take Arkansas over Iowa State, though.
Duke, Arkansas. Give me Duke.
Duke. We're
And
on the
I'm
same page there a lot, man.
Pretty sure if I go to the sleeper app and check my first bracket,
I haven't done mine yet.
my first bracket is Duke, Houston, Arkansas, Iowa State.
I mean, Arkansas kind of rolled through that SEC tourney. I know they kept it close with Ole Miss.
I know they didn't really play. They played one real team,
Yeah,
but
but-
still,
Yeah.
they looked dominant.
And then who'd they play yesterday?
Vandy.
Yeah, they rolled.
Liam's going to like this part of the episode if he listens to it.
Yeah. No, they're insane.
When you have Acuff, I mean, we didn't really talk about having the best player in the tournament. There's like three dudes that are...
To me, it's not about necessarily the best player. It's about the best guard.
I'd agree, but I think
For the
him
most
Boozer
part.
can
Yeah,
change the game.
Yeah.
Because Fleming's, he's good for you. He's the X factor. If he's
Yeah.
on, he's on. Acuff, same thing. Lipsy, is that his name? For Iowa State.
Yeah.
I mean, all three of these teams have elite guards,
Hmm.
and then Cam Boozer.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
who's the number one overall pick in the draft?
Fuck, it should be ACAF probably.
For real.
Uh, Today, I think it would be Devonsta. I think as we get into the draft process, it probably goes back to Peterson.
I'm gonna do a lottery right now, and we'll do like a semi mock for the first like 5 picks, because I'm not that deep into.
I think the first 4 is locked.
All right. I'm not gonna do this because Liam's gonna be too happy.
ACAF to Washington.
All right, this is a perfect one. The Kings win the lottery.
I think Peterson.
I think you take Peterson. Utah.
Peterson's the type of prospect where
Oh my god.
maybe he shouldn't be the first overall pick, but if you don't take him first and he ends up being
You can get fired.
Kobe, yeah, you're getting fired. Doesn't matter if Devonsta's.
This is the most intriguing. Utah at 2. You don't need a big. This could be a cup at 2.
I don't hate it.
Now 3, Atlanta.
Boozer or Devonsta.
But you have Johnson, so it'd be Boozer.
Yeah.
And then
I think this year the teams don't matter.
DeBonsta goes
as
forward to
much.
Memphis.
Like, okay, hypothetically, say Peterson works his way into being the number 1 overall, no doubt prospect. If who doesn't need a guard? Washington, probably the best team up there with no guard, or that doesn't need a guard.
Warriors win the lottery. Hornets, if they win the lottery, they miss the playoffs.
Do you still take Peterson? I agree. I'm just saying. That's what my point is. I don't think the teams matter too much.
Only reason I didn't say Washington, they need a. I'm not gonna say they don't need a guard.
I mean, Peterson or ACAF or wouldn't hurt, but
I mean, because their guards are Carrington. Oh, I forgot they have Trey Young.
yeah,
Oh my god, I forgot they have Trey Young.
yeah. I'm just saying they were probably the most likely team to not need one over Utah. And
Yeah.
I just think when we get to the draft, the positions will matter less.
I'd agree, but like if Utah gets number 2, Boozer could fall because of that.
Yeah, I'd just be hella scared as a GM.
Well, you just traded 3 firsts for Jaren.
Yeah.
That you can't be like, oh well, we'll
Also,
just draft
yeah.
Jaren's position.
Yeah.
Memphis getting the 4th pick is very interesting as well.
I think the top 4 is set. I don't know who comes after that. I mean, the Houston guard.
I mean, Caleb Wilson,
yeah, I mean, he's still
Flemings. Let me look at mock draft right now. This has DeBonsta. Oh. DeBonsta, Peterson, Boozer, Wilson, Flemings, Wagler, Acuff.
Wagler's up there too. I mean, I am interested to see what ACAF's.
I think we're getting a recency bias on Acuff, but that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see Kingston come back for another year.
He's not coming back.
He should.
Thunder are projected Braylon Mullins and Jaden Acquaintance.
Put Wagler on the Thunder.
We right now don't even have a. Oh my! Why would we not take Pete?
Forgot about him. I mean,
He's 19th here.
Going into the year, he was top 5.
If he's available at 15, I'd love Pete.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this March Madness will be good. I mean, we didn't pick very many upsets, but I guarantee there'll be a few.
Well, even if we don't get upsets, the Final Four last year was elite,
Oh, yeah.
and it was all 1 seeds. Now the first day kind of sucked, but oh god, I hate this. We're projected Braden Smith at 37.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want Braden Smith.
I think more of your upsets could maybe come into like the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
Like if Florida loses in the Sweet 16,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Even Elite 8, I wouldn't be surprised. Even Michigan, Duke, I don't see it happening. But I mean, you look at the 2 seeds. UConn,
Arizona, we have losing in the Sweet 16.
I picked UConn out in the second round as a 2 seed. Houston, I don't see them going out early. But I mean, even Arizona,
Purdue.
I wouldn't be that surprised. Purdue, I mean,
They feel like they always find a way to do it.
Iowa State also,
They always find a way to do it.
yeah, I think this year they're better, but Virginia, I'm not that high on as a 3 seed. Um, Bama has the arrest concern. Yeah.
All right, are we good?
Yep.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Goal to Go podcast. We're gonna try and find a rhythm again. For off season, it's kind of hard to find something to talk about, but we got basketball now, playoffs, March Madness. So we'll be back hopefully next week. And yeah, thank you guys for listening or watching.